Hey, Andrew.
Yeah,
Andrew.
look,
What do you think?
looks like I have a problem with the demo right now because of Zoom. I don't know.
We turned down the music just a little bit, Michael.
Maybe
One second. Oh, you know what? I can just mute that. Okay.
Yeah, maybe we will, I don't know, move the demo part because right now I have some problems that I don't have a time to fix it. I could try to use another workstation, but I don't have a time to install everything to be sure that everything will work.
Do you want to pull in a vmix call just for the demonstration?
I don't know. We could try.
Michael, will you chat me vmix call? It's just a last effort.
Seconds, I will try.
Worst comes to worst, we can talk about it and not demonstrate it.
Yeah. So actually, I'm not quite sure what is going on because it was working a few hours ago.
So is it?
Wrong with my CPU.
So it's not working even without Zoom.
No. It's working without Zoom and it's working with the vmix, not the install. I don't know. Maybe it will work with the install. Something will go wrong with the video when I'm like opening the Zoom, and that is hanging my main process of publishing. So.
All right, I'm adding you in the Zoom chat. Here's the vmix call and here's the password. Though I'm not sure if you'll be able to bring your feed into two sources, into Zoom and vmix call.
Yeah.
Do you want to leave Zoom and try and go in vmix?
Do we have like a 4 minutes?
We have a couple minutes, but I can start a couple minutes late if needed, if you just want to try this.
Yeah.
It's the last stitch effort, and if it doesn't work, then we'll just talk about it.
Will not be so good.
That would suck. Unless you want to go back to live to air. It says voice is live. Do we just bring them on for the troubleshooting? I can see that now.
Okay, I'm going to close the Zoom right now.
Okay, go ahead. Hello, and welcome to PTZOptics and HuddleCam HD Live. My name's Tess Protesto. We are live every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, bringing you the latest and greatest in pan, tilt, zoom technology, as well as just the streaming world in general. We've got an awesome guest on today from MediaLooks, software SDK providers in the video production world. Before I get into the general housekeeping that I usually do, I want to check on our guest because if you heard in the pre-show, if you're lucky enough to catch that, we're doing some live troubleshooting. Wouldn't be a live stream without live troubleshooting. So I just want to check in with Andrew from MediaLooks and make sure that he's here with us and introduce him to you guys right now. Andrew, do I have you? No. Do you not have his audio, Michael? Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back to the Zoom call then. Yep. We're having some technical difficulties. So I am going to send a new Zoom call. And you guys just hang out for now with us. Let me know where you're from.
Should we do the March Madness while we
and
wait?
Where you're watching from. And let's have Lindsay cover my butt while I set this up really quick. You're on the spot, Lindsay. What do you got for us?
Hello, hello. I don't see myself. Michael's working like a madman over there. But I am dropping in the chat the link to our March Madness for the week. This week I'm sending you a call, Michael. Voting on. Let me check again who we're voting on. Okay.
Hello.
Oh,
Is he back in the?
I'm finally here.
Okay, you're here. Which call do we have you in? Where are you? Where are you coming from? I'm ready. Andrew, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm here. Do you hear me?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can hear you. It's spotty, and let me know in the chat, where are you in the world? Are you experiencing issues today? Because we have tried 3 different call sources during our testing, and all 3 have had issues for us. What do you think that could be, Andrew?
I don't know. Something is going wrong with the network. I mean, because at my side, I also check everything. Everything was okay, but it seems that something is happening. I don't know. It's bad luck.
It's just bad luck, I think, at this point, because sometimes it's like, what can you do? We tried 3 different methods. Do you want to, before we dive into what we can today with the content, because I know that the demonstration, due to these technical difficulties, might not be able to happen the way we imagined. Do you want to stay on this call, or do you think that Zoom would be better? Because we can switch back to that. Our audience kind of appreciates at times the live troubleshooting, so don't worry about that. What will be the best place for us?
I'm actually here, but it's depending on the quality that you have in your studio. I don't know how it looks like.
And
What about sound, how it sounds.
Yeah, we're on vmix call right now, Michael. Okay, I honestly think it was better on Zoom because he's cutting in and out. Would you agree with that, Michael, from what you're seeing on the production side of things? Okay, Andrew, would you mind switching back to Zoom with us? What a nightmare.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a Zoom call open. We're going to switch to that, and then we're going to dive into the content today, guys. I am so sorry. Just unexpected technical difficulties. So I just emailed you, Andrew. You hop in there, and then we'll bring you back into the production. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thanks.
All right, phew. We'll see if that solves the issue. Zoom was actually the most reliable of the options today, even though it was not perfect. Fairsight Technologies is saying solar storm. Is that a real thing? I don't know. Indy is saying it's fantastic here. So maybe it's something internal, and we'll get with our tech team after this production. It's unfortunate because we're going to demonstrate a remote production feature from MediaLooks today, but now it looks like we're going to have to talk about it instead of demonstrate it because of some networking issues that we're having here. And let me make sure I can get him back in. And while we get that configured, we're just going to skip over the squares for now. Let's go to Lindsay for Share Your Vision. That would be absolutely helpful, Lindsay.
Okay. We're doing Share Your Vision.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's segment of Share Your Vision. I am Lindsay, and I want to send out a big thank you to Braden for sharing your vision. Braden shared his PTZOptics webcam that he will be using while podcasting. He says, the No Boundaries outdoor podcast video quality just got a whole lot better thanks to PTZOptics. If you are in the market for a great quality webcam, check these guys out and give them a like and follow. Aw, thanks, Braden. But yes, please give us a like on Facebook, follow us on all of our social media channels at PTZOptics, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And make sure you're tagging us and using the hashtag #ShareYourVision so that you have a chance to get a shout out on our show.
Yay! Thank you so much, Lindsay. And we do have Andrew here, so let's bring him into the production and verify that we have audio. Next step. Well, if you want some live troubleshooting, come to this show.
Yeah.
I hear you. Great. That's a good first step.
Great. Yeah. So,
what do you need, Michael? You got him. All right.
Hi, Andrew,
Okay.
Head of Support with
Hi.
MediaLooks. Thank you so much for joining us today. Starting over fresh here.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for inviting me. There are a lot of difficult work today for connecting to each other just for a simple call, but we finally connected.
And luckily, our audience has been quite forgiving, so no worries there. We appreciate you guys in the chat. They're giving us some ideas on what the issues could be and some suggestions on how to fix it. So we appreciate that. I think we're going to continue with the Zoom call for now. Andrew, can you give us a brief introduction to MediaLooks for those who might not be familiar with their products and services?
Yeah, sure. So MediaLooks is a company which providing a lot of cool stuff. For example, an SDK for video and audio editors. These SDK is able to short your cost with the time of development and the quality of development of any video production software. This is something that we made from developers for developers. Also, we have an end user application, the video transport. Our main end user application. The main purpose of video transport is deliver the video and audio with possible lowest delay from one point to another point or point. And we have some tools like an NDI, SDI converters, something like that. So today I would like to talk about the video transport and how it could be useful with the PTZOptics hardware.
Yeah, the video transport is what's particularly intriguing regarding our products. I'm interested, we're talk a lot about remote production capabilities and different options for how to achieve that. I'm interested, how can that be done with the video transport tunneling that you guys have come up with?
Yeah. So the main idea is quite simple. If we have something that we could control, something that we control in scope of local area network, like a PTZOptics hardware camera. So we able to create our own tunnel connection over the public internet in such way that on the remote side, where you're running the PTZOptics control application, it will think like it is controlling the local host camera. So it's like, okay, so we have a feed, the video feed, and we have the receiver side. We connect those sides via an SRT or WebRTC transport. That is two main transport in our application. And when connection is already established, we have an opportunity to send any additional information between those points. So it doesn't matter what kind of information it will be. In case of PTZOptics, we are sending the commands from your application, from your control application, to our destination point, and that point redirected to the camera itself.
Wow.
Something like that.
And would this control be its own dedicated application or software piece, or is this something that integrates to your already existing control system? What does that look like, as best you can describe it, without us being able to do the demonstration?
Yeah, so it's actually from the control point of view, it looks like you're already, for example, right now we're using the PTZOptics application for controlling the PTZOptics cameras. So it looks will the same, just like if you have this camera in your local area network. So there is no any additional controls or like softwares should be installed. So video transport is like a tube, like a video tube.
Right.
It's created just for sending and receiving the video and audio information. Plus, it's able to add some extra information like a PTZ control commands. So
I've got something we can do here.
Yeah.
Since we don't have
here.
the live demonstration, I was going to share this support article that you had written up for our customers who wanted to actually try the tool or learn more about the tool. So I could share that on the screen and help give you a visual aspect since you were prepared to have a live demonstration, and that can't happen now. Michael, can you pull a web browser feed into the link I chatted you and get that on the screen for Andrew, which will help him with a visual aspect, hopefully. We're making do with what we have right now. And I am going to share this article in the chat as well for anybody looking more for more information on the TCP tunneling that we're talking about today.
Yeah.
You got it? All right, so let's take a look at this,
Yep.
Andrew. Are you able to see that?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, hopefully this
That's cool.
can be helpful.
Yeah, so the main thing that we are able to use any video sources like a PTZ hardware, and we are able to create the tunnel connection between those points. So when you're running any control, yeah, let's start from the beginning how it goes with our documentation.
Okay.
So we have a publisher and we have a T receiver. Our application do not require any installation process. You just download it and you will find out the two binary files, VT publisher and VT receiver. The publisher should be started on the source side. Receiver instance should be started at the remote side which is going to receive the video feeds. Okay. So after we already started the publisher and we already started the receiver instances, we are able to publish some sources. In our case, it is the PTZ camera. As soon as we publish, we just press a publish button. As soon as we do that on the publisher side, the source will appear in the receiver side automatically. This is happened via the EAC protocol. So all connections should be done automatically without any ports forwarding, all this kind of stuff.
Okay.
So as soon as source is published, you're able to receive it at the receiver side, and you're able to output it as an NDI, direct show, Blackmagic, AJA, SDI sources. So as soon as you receive it, you're able to output it. Okay, now when the source is received, we have a special property which is called TCP tunnel configuration. That means that you're actually able to specify what kind of information should be redirected from the receiver side to publisher side. In our current case, yeah, that's right. In our current case, we're just redirect the information from the publisher to receiver and vice versa for PTZOptics application. So as soon as you start the source and you receive that source at your receiver instance, you're able to create a tunnel connection. That tunnel connection should have the same ports that is used in your control application. In our current case, it is the PTZOptics control. As soon as that will be done, the PTZ application will try to. We have a configuration of IP camera in our PTZOptics application. So we just set there a local host. As you can see, pick your camera name and field and address field with the local host. Click OK, close the settings, and after that, PTZOptics control application will try to send the commands to localhost, where receiver will grab that comments and send it to publisher, and publisher will redirect that comments to PTZ hardware itself.
Okay.
This is how, in theory, it looks like. I know it sounds scary. Okay,
Yes,
guys,
I'm taking it all in.
yeah. But if you will try it, just like a few clicks, and you will find out how actually easily that should be done. I'm really sorry that we cannot show a demonstration right now because I was hoping to show it without a lot of words, you know, just okay, how it works. This like this one and like this one. Now when I'm trying to explain all this, and I just okay, if I will hear that description, I will think that that's a really scary thing, you know. But it just sounds scary and sounds difficult, especially in my explanation. But if you will try it in the real life, you will find that it's quite easy.
Andrew, I think we're going to have to make a demonstration video after this and then link to it in the description of this YouTube video. And there's another piece of content for us to make. So let's look at it that way, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
So, okay. And I also linked to that article there if anybody wants to take that and look back at that. I do have a question for you really quick. Race TV says, so does each PTZ camera have to be connected to its own computer?
No, actually, your camera should be, it's not actually needed to be connected to the workstation itself. It should be located in your local area network. The publisher will be able to get the source from it by itself. So we have a local area network. We have a PTZ cameras, 10 PTZ cameras, right? And we have a workstation which is also located to the same network with those cameras. And as soon as you will run the publisher at that workstation, you will find out that each of your camera available as the source for publishing. So PTZ hardware shouldn't be connected to workstation directly. It should be located in the same network with the workstation or publisher actually running.
So into the switch, the network switch, and not.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying that. And what kinds of customers are you seeing applying this technology?
In most cases, this kind of technology applied by anyone who using NDI sources and who using the PTZ sources. I mean, who need to control something remotely, and in most cases, you know how it when the customer using the video transport, he could have a lot of different scenarios. At some points or some events, he has an SDI sources. At any other events, he has like a PTZ control or NDI. So in most cases, it is used for controlling the sources remotely and for preview some scenarios like theaters, concert, I mean the music concert or something like that.
Yeah, we get a lot of questions on ways to remotely produce content. So this is just another wonderful option to do that. Rick is saying, does it have to be one feed at a time?
No, not necessary. You can use as many feeds as your hardware will able to provide. So when we're publishing something, we're actually encoding, right? So encoding could be done on the CPU or GPU. And depending on your performance, you can run like 10, 14, 18, etc. encoding processes. So you're definitely not limited with the one feed at the same time. More of that, you can share the same feed with a lot of remote receivers in the scope of one encoding process.
Something else, and really, I think this is what created the connection between us from PTZOptics and MediaLooks, the desire for secure, reliable video transport. Can you explain how SRT might integrate with this technology?
Yeah, so an SRT, first of all, I would like to mention that we are not using a default SRT.
Okay.
We have our own implementation of SRT. That is important to note because you will not able to receive the SRT from the publisher into any other SRT-based decoder, because we are using our own implementation with our own custom FEC model and a lot of other things. But the base of that transport is an SRT, the default SRT that we all know. So why then SRT was chosen? Because SRT able to provide really low latency and secures during the transmission. That is really important. So also an SRT is an open source, so we could try to tune something to make it works even better in our own scenarios with our own encoders. That's why NSRT was chosen. Of course, two main points, as I already mentioned, it is the low delay and it is the security of streaming. So that's why an SRT was used, actually.
Okay, great. Do you care if I just bring up some questions to you that we're getting in the chat?
Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah.
United Church of Christ wants to know, can you monitor the audio as it goes out to the live stream?
Audio can be monitored via the audio meters on the preview. So if you're looking something like the monitor that will show you, are there any audio? Yes, we could provide that with the video transport. If you're looking something specific like audio mixing or any other kind of things, that is something which is available via additional properties with the video transport, but you will not be able to see that like in the user interface.
Okay. Race TV wants to know, can you pull your version of SRT into vmix?
Well, I don't know. We should talk with the vmix guys, or they should talk with us.
Yeah, since you guys are developers over there, I guess the possibilities are endless.
Yeah. It's quite hard to answer that question, something specific, because I don't know. Maybe sometimes, yeah. Someday maybe that vmix will use our SRT implementation.
And I have Rick here clarifying. So only one feed or source at a time can be viewed from the source location. Does that add up? In the preview.
At the same time, so yeah, there is only one preview in VT receiver instance. Yeah, so at the same time, you can see only one received feed, but you can switch between sources if you want. Also, you can output each received source as an NDI and put that into NDI tools and create the multi-view of that. So the main thing of video transfer that we just deliver the video. We don't have any multi-view things, but you can arrange it on your own because we are provide a direct show and an NDI and SDI outputs. So if you want to create a multi-view, you can output an NDI and create it on your own.
What do you think the future roadmap is for yourself, for the IP production world, and for your video transport?
Yeah, we have a lot of great ideas what we should do next. So right now we're working in the gateway sequences. So how actually, so the video transport is something that should be work like in the two steps. You just run it, you just publish the source, and the source should be appeared at the remote side. This is done automatically with a lot of network things like UDP punch hole testing. Anyway, I think that I go too low. So connection should happen automatically without any network configuration from your side. But sometimes there are some strict firewall rules that will not provide you an ability to create automation connection. At that point, the additional servers, like a proxy servers, involved in connection. These proxy servers could be, well, we could call it like an SRT proxy. So right now, if something goes wrong and two remote points is not able to establish direct point-to-point connection between each other, the proxy automatically involved in the connection process, and the traffic goes via that proxy. That's work like a brilliant. That's perfect. There is no any problems with that. Only minus with this proxy approach that the delay will be increased a little bit because it's a proxy. So we have a third party side who also receive the traffic. It is the proxy. So, and we have an idea that we are actually able to route the traffic in the public internet via those proxies. So right now we're working on the connection on the proxy, which are able to connect between each other and find the best suitable route for your video traffic.
Wow.
This kind of technology already used with some of our customers, like in the beta mode, and so you can create like additional server somewhere in the cloud, like AVS or any other cloud solution on your own, and you can create like proxies somewhere in the world, the sequence, the bunch of proxies, and we will use those proxies for creating the optimal connection between one peer and another, depending on the peer locations, of course. This is something that we have in our roadmap, something we have in the beta mode right now, and I assume something that will be improved, developed in the future.
And what is like the purchasing process? Is it a subscription? Is it a one-time fee?
Yeah, we have a like a subscription for channels. You can create a bunch of channels. Each channels mean the one published source, the one published and one received source. We also have special licenses like a per events licenses. If you need our solution only like 2 times in a year, something like that.
Okay, so event-based.
Yeah, and we have also the special on-premises installation for those who want to use their own infrastructure, their own hardwares, their own servers. So
here's an interesting question from Timothy. What is the advantage of using the MediaLooks SDK over just pulling in the NDI SDK? A little bit of comparison here for you.
If we are talking about NDI, just like an NDI, maybe there is no any difference. The only plus with an SDK that we have I think we have a great API that's quite simple, and that will save you a lot of time. But if we will talk with an SDK of overall, SDK bring you an ability to like using an SDI as input, an NDI as output, WebRTC as input, SRT, a lot of other things, a lot of other stuffs that could be interested. So just a quick example, if you have a piece of code which using some input source and output that source to SDI, you just need to change only one string to output that source to NDI, and just another string to output is like a WebRTC, etc., etc. So we have like the same API could be used for output the different sources to different destinations and different interfaces. Doesn't matter what is it, like Magic, HDI, NDI, that's all. So internally in our SDK, we're also using NDI SDK. So if your project consists only to output an NDI, yeah, maybe an NDI SDK is something that you're looking for. Right? If you need to create something like a big system of playouts or ingests or any other interesting things, definitely MediaLooks SDK is something that you need, because NDI SDK is not that will provide you the solution for that.
Thank you for clarifying that. And how can they get in touch with you or get more information about MediaLooks?
You can write to MediaLooks support or to MediaLooks sales. So it's up to you. We available for any conversation, any questions. Even if you don't know how to build this scenario that you want to build, or you don't know what kind of scenario it is, we are glad to help with any kind of questions.
Awesome. Andrew, thank you so much for joining me today, especially with the technical difficulties. I do apologize for that.
Yeah, I must apologize too for you and for all guys who are actually watching us right now. So I will provide a video, and maybe we will repeat that experience. I mean, in the positive way. So
I think we have to.
Again.
We need redemption.
Yeah, definitely. We have to do that.
Thank you again, Andrew, for joining us from MediaLooks, who is the head of support over there. So we really appreciate him joining us today. Is there anything else that you'd like to leave us with? I might do my squares that I missed in the beginning before wrapping things up, but yeah.
Actually, no. If I, as I already said, if anyone will try to use our software and will have any questions about it, you can write to support. The only thing that I would like to mention about the MediaLooks product, everything that you will find out at our site, including the video transport or video SDK, could be used as soon as you will download it. So the only limitation that you will find out that they're going to be like a MediaLooks overlay in the previews, in the videos, etc. But all features, all connection things, all that kind of stuff will be available without any licenses and without any contacting to us or to me. So you can download it, you can try it, and you can let me know if you have any questions or whatever.
Awesome. Thank you so much again, Andrew, with MediaLooks. We'll be in touch about that demonstration recording.
Thank you for inviting me.
Awesome. Anytime.
Yeah.
All right, guys. A few things that I just wanted to touch base on before we wrap up the show today. Let's get some music on. We need like relaxation station after all of our troubleshooting today.
What would you rather?
Oh, poor Andrew. I feel horrible that happened. We didn't do our would you rather. You want to would you rather us, Lindsay?
Sure.
Let's get our would you rather going. Let's have some fun.
Okay. Would you rather... Wait, should I go over with Tess? Okay. I'm coming. Okay. Would you rather team up with Iron Man or Captain America?
If you needed them to be your right-hand man, fighting
like your
the good fight?
Sidekick. I guess you would be the sidekick. Who would you want to be the sidekick of?
Would you rather team up with Iron Man or Captain America? Faux show Iron Man for me.
Iron Man as well.
Oh, really?
I love Iron Man.
Yeah. Do we just have crushes on Iron Man? Is that why?
Maybe.
It might feel.
It might be a little crush on RGJ.
What about you, Michael? Iron Man. Let us know, Iron Man or Captain America in the chat.
He's like so smart. Well, I mean, obviously Captain America's smart too, but like, I don't know. He's so witty.
Yep, he is.
I love the snarkiness.
Rick and Robert, we are going to make that demo. I'm writing that down. And I'll get with Andrew to get that created for you guys. Oh, everybody says Iron Man. That was too easy.
No Captain Americas.
There's got to be a Captain America fan in here somewhere.
Julia said Cap.
Oh no, Julia's watching. She saw our troubleshooting. Forgive us, Julia. Sound effect for Julia. Uh-oh. More Iron Man, more Iron Man, more Iron Man. Should we do our updates, Michael? Let's go into the squares. If you're just hopping on today, we talked about MediaLooks Video Transport SDK. If you want to learn more about them, you can visit MediaLooks.com, or you can review this video or the demonstration that we owe you guys. You want her to come over there? Oh no, is she blocking? She would be hidden by the squares. I'm sorry, Lindsay. We could have just covered you with them.
That's fine.
Again, we met with MediaLooks today. Andrew, who is their head of support. We hope that you enjoyed that the most that we can, the most that you could have with the technical difficulties that we have. We do have other productions, maybe with less mistakes you want to check out. Just kidding. Come watch me fail and watch our mistakes live. But the third Friday of the month, we have our Tech Town Hall, our Tech Roundtable with our technology experts here at PTZOptics. And Huddle Cam HD, should I add. That's at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, third Friday of the month. And the last Tuesday of the month, at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have our SALT Talk. That is our sound and lighting technology show based for houses of worship. If you are in that space, you're definitely going to want to check that out. Or if you're just interested in learning about sound and lighting technology, that's the place for you as well. We are headed to NAB. And for those of you who are able to attend, we want to see you in person. We're going to be in North Hall at N738. Everybody in the studio right now will be there. Lindsay, Michael, and myself. Let's meet in person. And if you can't be there, no problem. We're going to bring you along virtually with live streams from the show floor every day. If you want more information on how to stay up to date with that, visit ptzoptics.com/NAB. We'll see you there. Thank you guys for watching us today. Please don't forget to support us on social media, on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, and even Twitch and Instagram. Like and subscribe. Everyone counts. We do have dedicated communities on Facebook for those of you who are interested in learning more about PTZOptics and connecting with other PTZOptics users. You can join our PTZOptics user group. We also have one for churches that live stream since our church audience is so large, as well as an OBS dedicated group. So make sure you check that out. And finally, Lindsay already did her Share Your Vision with Lindsay, but if you want a chance to get your content shared on our live show, don't forget to hashtag PTZOptics or hashtag Share Your Vision or tag us, and we will share your content on the live show. Thank you, everyone. Do a couple more minutes here of chatting with the chat. Laura says, sorry, Julia, I'm Team Iron Man too. Julia, she still loves us. That's good. Thank goodness. You should use them for next week's show. Use MediaLooks. Bring them back. Redemption episode.
Ooh. Ow.
Behave.
Listen, just trying to make it fun.
Too much fun. Too much fun over there. Maybe we will. I don't know. Next week, I believe we might have live you coming on. So that's going to be another fun one. Oh, what do you got for me? Oh, thank you, St. Francis Episcopal Church says, honestly, it's a little comforting to know that we have technical difficulties too. I know. I think there's a problem with the internets today. It's not like something we forgot to do or anything like that, but we are all experiencing issues. It's how you deal with them that makes us pros. Way to work things out. Thank you, Robert. Where can we email the show? You can, is it live at ptzoptics.com or show at ptzoptics.com? Thank you, Michael. What would I do without you guys? If you want to contact the show, you can message live at ptzoptics.com. If you have any questions or topics that you want us to cover, that's something that we should add to the squares. If you have any topics that you want us to cover, email live at ptzoptics.com. And if you want to register for live show notifications, how did I do that? Ooh. If you want to register for live show notifications to come hang out with us and watch chaos unravel, you can register for our show at ptzoptics.com/show. And that's all I have for you.
And if you haven't already, go vote for the March Madness. The link is in the chat. Facebook and YouTube.
All right, guys. How are you going getting live open captions? Michael, is that a setting you have on YouTube? Closed captioning? Is that?
Yeah, I think if they're auto-created, curated.
That would be in your YouTube scheduling creation. All right, guys. I think that's all for us today. We will see you next Wednesday. Thank you for joining us. PTZOptics and HoloCam HD Live. See you next time.
Bye.